Right.
Yeah.
Here, to find the zeros, basically that's my nice way of saying factor. Set one side equal to 0, and then factor it. So, what's common to each of these is a what? X squared, excuse me, x squared minus 8x plus 12. And then what do? Factor the 12. Now y'all, factors of 12 are 12 and 1, 6 and 2, and 4 and 3. It's a plus. Which one of these adds to make the middle number? The 8, right? So that tells me 0 will be x squared. I'll have an x with the 6, x with the 2. The larger number always matches the middle sign, so what's the 6 have to be? Negative, and the 2, because it's positive, they have to be the same. That makes this one what? Minus. So here's what happens, y'all. I've got it factored, so that means x squared equals 0, or x minus 6 equals 0, or x minus 2 equals 0. So basically, that would be x equals when you square root it. But is 0 positive or negative? So I don't really need that. Here, add 6. Here, add 2. So my answer would be x equals, you put 0, comma 2, comma 6 for an answer. All right? Or, here's what else you can do. If you would pull up the calculator, all right? And you already have it in there under y equals. So go ahead and hit your second table. And find a nice spot where we can see everything. We don't have anything written down if we can. All right? So here we go. Notice, hey, look. We're looking for where it crosses the x-axis. That means y is 0. Look, here's one answer. What? 0, 0, right? Those are real big, so go down. Arrow down, see what happens. Keep going. Oh, there's another one at what? 2, 0. Keep going down. And there's the last one at what? 6, 0. So you can even cheat with the calculator and what? Get your answer, just find what it is, all right? So let's go ahead and, if you would, move the calculator kind of over there. And if you want, you can go ahead and type in this equation, y equals, while I'm working it out. All right? So here we go. Notice I did the same thing here. Set this to 0. And what's common to each of these? X, which will be x squared minus 4x plus 4. And y'all factors of 4 are 4 and 1, 2 and 2. Okay? Now, this time it's what? It's a plus. Which one makes the middle one is what? 2 and 2. So here's what I have. 0 equals x times x, you have 2 and 2, right? And they're both what? Minuses. I don't really have to write it twice. Basically, here's what I have. X equals 0. X minus 2 equals 0. I'm not going to write it twice. So that means x would equal what? 2. So that means my answers would be what? 0 and 2. And if you look up here at what we have on our calculator, where are the only two places y is 0 is what? 0 and what? 2. All right? So if you'll go ahead and type in the third one as I work this up, I'm going to go 0 equals, and I'm going to factor an x out, which is x minus x squared minus 7. Set them both equal to 0. X equals 0. X squared minus 7 equals 0. That one's already done. Here, add 7. And then I have to square root. Now, so here are my answers. My answers are actually this. X equals 0, and I have positive square root of 7 and what? Negative square root of 7. Now here's the problem with the calculator. If you type in, if you go to y equals and type in x cubed minus 7x, if you'll do that, under y equals, clear that one out, and type in the x cubed. There you go, that one, x cubed. Okay. And then minus 7x. And hit your second table. Here's the problem. The only one that's going to be there is what? 0. But here's the thing. You at least got then credit for what? One of the answers. Got it? These two aren't going to be there. Why will those two not be on the table that way? Yeah. That's why you can't always just go with the calculator. But you can sometimes what? Help get what? Some of those in. All right? So, now then, let's go ahead. And if you would, if you'll go ahead and type in the last one, all right, the y equals, as I'm working it up here. And I'll try to do this one in black, so I got all different colors up here. All right, so here we go. Set it equal to 0. But here's our problem. Do you want to remember what it's called? What happens when you have an A term? Oh, that's okay. All right. yeah, well, they call the MF DARM, right?
We
So-
called it the AC method last year.
AC?
I can't
Oh,
give any of my kids.
okay. AC method, I hadn't heard that one, but basically, it says we're taking what? The A times the what? C, right? So we have 2 times 6, 2 times 3, I'm getting ahead of myself, which is what? And factors 6. So, am I gonna add or subtract it?
You're gonna add first.
No, what's that? Is it add? Like, it might be, it is a minus, because sometimes it doesn't show up real good on the screen. It's a minus there, right? So that means I have to what? Minus them. So which one of these makes the 5? I'm going to determine what?
Minus
6 and 1. So then I know I'm going to have a x with the 6, x with the 1. The larger number always matches the middle sign, so what's the 6 have to be? Positive. All right? So then what's the 1 have to be? Negative. And then are we done? No, why not? Well, and also we got this part, and you weren't here when we talked about this earlier. We have to divide by the A term. Okay? So, and here's what's really cool. And you weren't here to get all this part earlier. So here's what happens. Will 2 go into 6 evenly? Yes. So then I know this, I'm going to use my space down here. That will become what? X what? Plus 3, right? Here, will 2 go into 1 evenly? No. So then I get to what? You get a little Madagascar what? Move it, move it, move it, move it, right? Yeah, I'm not going to sing. We have people in here, right? Nobody's going to sing with me today. So it's 2x minus 1. Now we what? Solve it, right? So that will be 0 equals x plus 3, or 0 will equal to what? 2x minus 1. And then what happens is you get what? X equals what? Negative 3. Here, add the 1. So that would be 1/2. So when you go to write your answer over here, it'll be x equals, you'll have negative 3 and 1/2. But here's the thing, as you look up here in the calculator, what answer did appear? Well, it's kind of hard to see that. You do see the 0 at what? But how come you don't have the other one? Because it's what? Not a what? Whole number. So I mean, you can't get all the stuff that way, but you can check, and if you want to go to your table set and change that to a 0.5, you can see some of that in there as a way to kind of do that. All right?